If you ever skip class or are thinking about it, this episode will give you some interesting insight and ideas. Welcome to this episode of School Playbook. I'm your host, Zaya.
I'm your co-host Cindy.
In today's episode, we invited 3 guests to share their stories. Let's hear what they have to say.
Hi everyone, I'm Annie.
Hey, I'm Nancy.
I'm David.
Annie, do you have any interesting stories from your 3 years of high school?
Sure, I started skipping classes like crazy in my second year. Why did I do it? Well, school was just getting a bit too boring for me. In my first year, I was pretty serious about keeping up with my social life. But by the second year, I got into a slump and just started skipping class a lot.
So, where did you go and what did you do when you skip class?
I usually just stay at home and did nothing, or I would rather read books I like.
Did you think about how skipping class would affect you back then?
When I skipped class, I would stay in bed until noon, then read a bit, then start stressing out about club activities and write proposals. In the evening, I just start drinking and keep drinking. So the next day, I wasn't worried about at all about what was going on at school. I didn't need to think about those things, so I don't see anything wrong with skipping class. I actually found lots of benefits from it.
Really enjoy your freedom. Now, let's ask another guest. David, have you ever skipped class?
Honestly, I didn't skip so much class in my high school life. The only time I did was in my Chinese courses. At that time, I just usually did my own thing and didn't listen to the teacher during the class. So I decided to skip the class. And I thought our teacher wouldn't catch me because she never appeared in S period. But the next day, our teacher called all of us and scolded us. It was my first time skipping the class and I got caught, so I felt annoyed.
Do you regret skipping class?
Not so much, because the class was a little boring. But the Chinese teacher's reaction when she knew I skipped the class was to blame herself first. I really felt kind of guilty because skipping classes was definitely my fault, but she still treated me nicely.
Hey, I had a similar experience in my first year during exams. I wrote my answer vertically when they should have been written horizontally. The Chinese teacher was like, excuse me, you wrote this vertically when you should have written it horizontally. So I'll have to check with other teachers about your grade. I'm really sorry. I was like, what's going on?
On your performance, I would have guessed you were out practicing acting instead of just slacking off at home.
Nope, life is like a game.
You're only 18, but you just talk like you're in your 20s or 30s.
In my life, 18 is like being in my 20s.
Now it's time for our last guest, who's been listening quietly. Let's hear from you, Nancy.
Oh yeah. Usually when I skip class, I just stay at home too because I have a lot of to do like my studies, communicate activities, or something interesting. If I just do little things, it feels like skipping class isn't useful. But if I go to school, I won't get anything done. So skipping class saves me a lot of time.
And you can even drink.
But think about it. Could skipping class cause you any problems? Like your teacher will catch you or something?
If I didn't turn in the leave slip on time to get it signed by her, I'd have to ask her for help, which is really a hassle. Other than that, there aren't many downsides.
In my second year, my teacher would come after me, but by my third year, she was kind of let me do whatever. I didn't go to school for a whole week. For instance, last week, she didn't even text me to ask me where I was. It was so sad.
You have shared a lot of insights and experience about skipping class. So one more question. How did you feel the first time you skipped class?
Guilt.
So cool.
Great.
I guess I'm the most serious one here.
But we don't skip class to sleep at home.
Wow, that was such an awesome chat about teaching class. Huge shout out to our guests for spilling their stories. Whether you're on Team Skip or Team Attend, getting to hear all these different angles is seriously eye-opening.
Thanks for hanging out with us on this episode of School Playbook. Catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Sir.